This is The Scene
on BBC Radio London with Aurie Styla.
This is The Scene.
That's right, we're BBC Radio London, a versatile station with loads to listen to. And if you have never... What's wrong with me today? I tried to take a sip of drink it at the same time and talk. My apologies. And if you have missed a lot of what you hear on BBC Radio London Live, what you can do is you can hear it again on our BBC Sounds app. It's very simple. Go to your app store, whatever phone you have. I got an Apple phone, so I go to the app store. I believe it's a Play Store if you got like a Android phone. Go to your Play Store, whatever apps there are on there, you'll definitely find one, which is a big one. It's called BBC Sounds. You can listen back to everything that gets played on BBC throughout the whole place. Not even just Radio London, but there's loads of stations, Radio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Live, 1 Extra, all sorts, plus loads of great podcasts. And if you don't have a phone, but you've got a laptop, that's great. bbc.co.uk/sounds, and you can listen back to absolutely everything via that link. I got my first guest in the building with me, sitting right in front of me. He is an artist, producer, and he's also a radio host on another station. So it's kind of beef right now. It's tense, isn't it? I'm not going to lie. It was a bit tense right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Josh from Intalekt Music. What's going on, brother?
Yo. Peace. How are you, sir?
I'm good. No peace. It's kind of beef right now.
Oh, right.
I'm joking. How you doing, man? You good?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, man?
I'm all right, sir. I'm all right. Thank you for coming down.
Thank you for having me.
One of South London's finest.
Mm-hmm.
And you've worked with a whole load of people. Some that we both know. Yeah. Some that I'm just looking here thinking I wish I knew. Because, right, you've worked with some great artists here. I've got this list right in front of my face.
The way the rest
we do. I got a list right in my face. We make it official. Can you hear the rustling? We do our research when we're here, bruv.
I love it.
Right, I got your national insurance now. No, I'm joking. We ain't got all that here, sir. We ain't got all that here, sir. So, this gentleman's worked with so many great people: Jay Prince, Koji Radical, Richie Saps, Ella Frank, Scott Zylo, and more. Bro, what's going on? How did you get into? Well, firstly, we'll talk producing.
Yeah. Cool. So, Intalekt, Southeast London, production started off, I guess, a lot later on in life. I started off as a keys player. I started off in church. And I think from there, I just kind of wanted to find out more about music, just wanted to create my own. And and then I got into production a lot later on down the line. I think it was Jay Dilla. Listening to Jay Dilla really got me into production. Yeah. And then like that kind of soulful vibe, because I already had the soul from church, and I just wanted to kind of put that over some slapping instrumentals, and then that's how it all kind of came together.
Nice.
But that was my beginning. Started working with a lot of artists in the scene, so it all started off with Tiny Man, as I'm sure you know. Tiny Man.
I know Tiny Man well, man.
Cool. So I sent him an instrumental years and years ago. I said, bro, I need to work with you. It's like my first kind of step into that little underground scene. And I said to him, bro, like, I feel like this is for you. And he was like, yeah, let's work on it. It sounds good. Man waited for months. I was like, this guy's not getting back to me, bro.
Was this when Tiny Man was, he was currently very active, but you were sending him stuff and he was like, taking long. Okay, yeah.
Oh, so you...
No, I'm not saying I know. I'm just... I'm just thinking... I'm thinking, sometimes you get an artist who's currently working, he's active, and you've got to kind of just, hey, bruv, remember me? Hey, I got some stuff for you. Yeah, I get you.
So that's how it kind of started. And then a few months later, we got in for a session. We started making music. And then I guess years after that, fast forward, I'm in a collective with him with a load of incredible artists like Afronaut Zoo, MG, people like Drama, YJ, in fact goes by the name of J Blue now. So a load of talented brothers, and it's called Gang. And we've just been creating great music and just trying to push boundaries and break culture.
Yeah. As I say, Gang, fantastic collective when you came together and did bits.
Yeah.
Especially, I say YJ as well. Me and him went to university together.
Swear?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember day one of I saw YJ and he was hype. And then after a while, he was like settled into uni. And then when he had his focus on music and stuff, mad talented. That whole collective.
Yeah, he's coming back though. J Blue is coming back.
Yeah, he's still putting out bare freestyles and each one bangs. He's talented, man.
One thing about
I like
this
your
guy,
circle, bruv. Sorry, go on.
No, sorry, brother. I mean, I was going to say about him is that one thing I really do appreciate about him is that he doesn't write anymore.
No?
It's crazy. He doesn't write, so he would just have a line in his head, then kind of figures out the next one, then just has it and just stores it and then banks it, and then you just... It's crazy. His process is incredible. But
it's
yeah,
wicked.
shout out to him. Shout out to Wolfgang as well. So.
Nah, it's wicked, sir. So we're looking at the list of names that you got here. You people that you've just listed off are people that are kind of your friends, or people that you've worked with that become your friends and collective.
Yeah.
But how do you get up to working with people like, well, Koji Radical is one. I'm a big fan of his.
Oh yeah, Koji's incredible. Shout outs to Koji. That all started again around the same time. So I was very, very fresh to the scene around 2014, 2015, where everyone was kind of budding, getting like just starting and trying to figure out what their sound was. And back then, Koji wasn't really rapping over like beats and per se.
It's more
like
poetry at the time,
it was literally spoken word, like no instruments, just him vocal and just like his message. And it was incredible. And over time, just got to figure out who he was, what he wants to do. And I had a project called It Is What It Is. And I said to him, bro, I need you on this. We need to kind of just work on this. And we had a tune called Off Too Many on it. And that was like my first kind of intro into movie scoring, which I'm kind of still into now and trying to get into a lot more. But
nice.
That was like my first kind of like movie score. And I think that was one of the first instrumentals that Jacob Banks heard later on when we started working together, which was incredible.
Nice.
And so it's just, for me, it was just like, I just made instrumentals and I just said to people like, this is what I'm trying to do. And I think the music spoke for itself. I think that was the great thing about it. And I think everything else followed after that. And I think I'm very blessed because the music that I create, I feel like it attracts a certain energy of people or certain people that then understand the sound and they kind of get to understand me because this is an extension of me. So it's really cool. So I'm just very, very blessed to kind of do what I do.
That's nice.
And taking me quite a few places. So yeah.
That's nice. I work with great people. I mean, I didn't even know Jacob Banks is somebody you worked with as well.
Yeah.
He's doing killer stuff.
He's doing bits.
Do you know when I realised, even though I knew how big he was, I realised Jacob is like gone. And I watched him Power and I heard his track play up. I was like, excuse me?
Yo.
I was like, well, you know a man's doing really, really well, but when it's out of the blue, like you're just watching a show that you enjoy, and I see like Ghost go in prison, and I was like, wait a minute, I know this voice.
All you heard is, I play the game.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I was like,
yo.
well done, Jay Banks.
Trust me. So yeah, shouts to him, man. Yeah, it's just been amazing. Like Jay Prince as well. Like, been playing for him. So I play keys. So as I said before, I play live, play with Jay Prince, and just been able to kind of do incredible gigs with him, opening up for Chance the Rapper, which was incredible. Like Bricks and O2, getting to meet him, humble brother, like just doing his thing, and
that must be really inspiring. That's a very creative guy.
Yeah, really, really inspiring. He's very, very down to earth, very cool guy. But shouts to Jay, that's my bro. We've been playing for him forever. Like, so this music thing is just taking me a lot of places and just got me to meet a lot of people and just got to find a family outside of the family that I already have. Do you know what I mean? And this music family is very strong. So I'm very, very, very conscious of my scene and what I want to do for that scene as well, and just trying to push it any way that I can. So
that's good, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of taking you to many places, not only is producer on the list, you're radio host for Represent Radio.
Yeah.
How did you get into that?
So that all started off again around 2014, 2015.
Okay.
I was hosting. Sorry, I had my show. Not my show. My song had already come out. My first single from It Is What It Is had come out, and they wanted me to come on the show, talk about it. I remember it was Nick Gibbons' show. Shout out to Nick.
Okay.
And he said to me, yo, bro, like, this is dope. I'm not going to be around for next week. Would you like to curate a show? And I said, yeah, sure. He liked the songs that I had chosen as well as my single. And he said, yeah, like, take over for me. And then the rest was history. They were like, yo, we need you to have a show. And yeah, I mean, rep has just been crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's been a few years now at Rep still.
3 years now. And I think the biggest thing happened this year. We got to travel, myself and two other people. We traveled to Southern Africa. We went to South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Namibia just to see what the young content creators are doing out there.
Oh, wow.
See what works for them, what doesn't work for them, and see how we can, as a team of people, group of people, kind of just help out and just trying to, because I mean, they're doing so much with half or less than half of what we got. And I think that was my energy and that was my drive to kind of do what I was doing and kind of introduce School of Bop, which was another thing completely. But that trip was a massive thing.
And we're going to talk School of Bop in a sec. I'm interested. The South Africa trip, what was the incentive to actually just go and do that in the first place? What made you say, let's go out there and see what the scene's like out there?
Cool. So with Rep had, they wanted a group of people, so myself and a group called Soul Surge, Tony and Earth. And we went out there. It was more so for the British Council to kind of just figure out as to what works, what doesn't work out there, and see how we can help and then implement the vibes and kind of just give them an insight and just kind of, I think the main thing was kind of changing perspective. I feel like a lot of people, when they hear about Africa, Southern Africa or South Africa and Zimbabwe, Namibia, all these places, they're like, oh, okay, cool, it's Africa, or like whatever has been shown to them of Africa, but it's completely different. So it was nice to come back, tell the story of these young artists, these young creatives, like people like a young producer called MMK in Soweto. We got to go to Soweto. He, like, very small house, but incredible setup he has, and he plays jazz keys. He doesn't have a teacher. He just learns whatever he sees. He goes to like local library or wherever he's going, downloads like sheet music, and then goes home and tries to learn it. And I was just like, yo,
just like that.
I have a phone that, do you know what I mean, I could tap on this and have sheet music.
Yeah.
Why am I not doing these things? Like, you know what I mean? And there's a hunger there out there, and they're just like ready to create wholesome good music. Like the jazz scene is thriving out there, like hip hop scene is thriving out there, like just, and there's a lot of love out there.
There's almost a purity to it as well. When you haven't got as much accessibility, the drive you need to go and seek out the things that you need to get to make your drive, to sustain your drive.
Yeah.
Like you said, you could easily just get your sheet music on your phone. Whereas for him, he has to go out, get it, bring it back. And anyone who's willing to go and do that, they must already be passionate enough to get out and go and do that. Whereas for us, it's very accessible. Even getting our music out there, we have social media, we have so many channels where maybe in parts of South Africa, some of these guys are just working with performing in front of the people that are around them, and have to be able to sustain that drive by just what they have access to, as opposed to, well, you know, I could just do something, put it up online, and then whoever comes to me, no, they got to go out to them and then be able to say, this is what I'm doing. So I guess that's a real push.
Yeah, and I guess that was the inspiration for me. I found drive from that, and I came back home and I was like, yo, it was kind of like that, I don't know, it was almost like that Kendrick Lamar feel that he had when he went out there, because To Pimp a Butterfly is inspired by his trip to South Africa.
Okay, yeah.
I came back home, I was like, yo, like, what am I doing and what can I do to kind of just change what's around me and kind of use the tools that I have and kind of just work harder than I ever did. And the love out there is incredible, man. Like, to go out there and see like the majority of the people that look just like you is something special. I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you.
That's
man.
One thing I've been told. That's told me. I think parts of Africa I've been to have been like Tunisia. I've never been to, let's say, West Africa or even South Africa, where predominantly everyone looks like you. And they say it just blows your mind. You come off the plane and everybody looks like you. Where we're used to walking around and seeing a couple guys that look like us in different countries, where actually everyone's either really mixed or you're in a country where we're only 10%. But when you go there and it's like 99% you, it blows your mind. And that's what I've been told. And the last place I've been like that is Jamaica. And even then, you've still got quite a few mixes in Jamaica that make you go, oh, well, I see the mix here. But Africa looks just like you. And I'd like to go and see that one day. Yeah,
please, bro. Like, I mean, the first, I guess, encounter with someone I had out there, just walking down in Joburg, and I think I was having a conversation with one of the, either Tony or Earth, and someone came up and was like, yo, are you guys from America? Because they always feel like you're from America.
Yeah, first place they go to,
I was like, no, I'm from London. It's like, oh, from London. This is your first time in SA? I was like, yeah. It's like, welcome home. I was like,
wow.
Yo, listen,
touch it, did it? Touch it.
It was a lot. It was a lot. And he's like, what? He was like, it's taking you long, but welcome home. But yeah, the vibe is special out there, man. It's beautiful.
Nice. Now tell us, you've hosted a few workshops under the name School of Bop. Tell us about School of Bop.
Yeah, so shout outs to Aurie and myself. So School of Bop is something that's really, really close to my heart. And it's basically just kind of getting young creatives or just young people in general, just give them an outlet to create and produce music. So it's been in collaboration with Nike and Native Instruments, and very, very blessed and very grateful to work with those two brands and get them together to kind of just create a workshop over 3 days where I will kind of just show the young creators or young people how to just basically produce on a basic level. And then on the third day, we do a showcase, and I get some of my artist friends to come through to then like just drop some gems for them, let them know what the music scene is like. And I think just giving a bit more reality to this music scene, because I feel like a lot of young people I've spoken to, because I have a younger brother who's like now 14, and he tells me like, yo, no, in fact, wow, I even gassed his age so much. Michael, I do apologize. He's about 13. But, yeah, but yeah, he tells me, like, I briefly talked to him about like what's going on. He wants to make Afro beats and he wants to make all this kind of music and stuff. And I talked to a lot of younger people, and it's like, what's music class like? They're like, it's, you know, back when we were like, there'll be a piano in front of us, and there'll be a teacher telling us, press this, and you have that temptation to press the DJ button from time to time. It's kind of still like that, and I'm just like, yo, like,
it's like music's evolved, but they haven't.
Precisely. And I feel like that for me was a big drive. I just like, yo, this needs to change. Like, get them to learn production, just to get their hands on it. Like, I mean, it's cool if people want to learn about sheet music and they want to learn how to write and compose music. That's great, but find out what they all want to do. Not everyone wants to, because then I speak to people and I'm like, how was music for you back in the day? They're like, it was all right. Like, it wasn't great, but it was all right.
See, I did music back in the day, and when I think back as well, it wasn't the music I wanted to do. Yeah, I'm good at it, but it's because it's what it's taught me. But then when I think, what have I done with that now? Nothing. However, when I did like music tech, which gave me the ability to handle production, I was like, this is getting closer to more so what I would like to do. But in terms of the fact that they'd say, all right, we're going to do music, let's talk Tchaikovsky, Beethoven, Bach. And I'm like, that's great stuff foundation-wise, but are you also going to show me about some of the music that's nowadays, because it's still music, it's relevant, in fact, it's very popular. People do that with marketing. In marketing now, they don't teach the same stuff in marketing they taught when I was at uni. That social media marketing is a massive element of marketing, so they teach that at university now. But music seems to still, in many places, stay very much the same place. All right, we're going to talk to you about Baroque music, classical,
romantic,
modern. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good to see that there are people out there that recognize, the evolution may not be shown in school, but we need to still create workshops that young people can go to and say, yo, let's talk. What is it? Afro? Yeah, let's talk Afro beats. So it's good to see that, man. How do people take the workshops or find them, rather? Is it online, or how are they advertised?
Oh, definitely. So it's all it will be through either like Native Instruments will promote it, or just go to School of Bop, School of Bop BOP _, on Instagram, on all socials, and then you'll be able to find it. We are planning the next one, which will be end of this month, fingers crossed. And any more information will be all on there, and all you have to do is literally just apply. Simple as. I'm definitely gonna expand the age gap, because I've been getting a lot of emails saying, "Oh, you're not accommodating the older people." But,
what kind of age is older that are trying to get in contact?
We're talking about over 30s now.
Oh, is it?
Over 30s, over 40s as well. Like, I've had a few emails and messages like, you need to. So
you're good to want to expand it. I respect that. Yeah. There's a part of me going, bruh, you can't teach old dog new tricks. I'm messing. I know that's not true.
Yeah.
I know that's 100% not true. But you're good to want to expand it. I do feel, though, when it comes to things of this nature, there's so much being taken away from the younger generation. Their focus is going somewhere else. Not all positive. Many of them quite negative. I think the energy should be given more so to the younger generation. So at least we can save as much as we can from being distracted. So it's good that. And if there are older people that are jumping in and saying, "Yo, we want to help out," I would like, yes, as long as in like 2 years you could also help us bring us some more of the younger people. Twist it back and say, come and help us as well.
I mean, fingers crossed. I'm trying to get this into schools at some point as well.
That'd be really good.
That's kind of be the next step for School of Bop. But it's been an amazing journey so far. I mean, it's only been 3 months up, and we've just been able to kind of connect with all these brands and people be behind it. So I mean, the workshops and the showcases have been brilliant as well. Like, especially the showcases, because they get to create, but then they also I play their instrumentals out. Yeah. So people get to hear what they've made, and then they get to speak to people after. It's so much easier. It's like a nice little introduction as to that person, what they were thinking, what their process was. And they just, I've had like people come to these showcases and they're like, I love that instrumental. Who do I talk to? I'm like, it's this young person here. Like, oh my goodness, you made this one. Okay, cool. Can I take this? I want to then like write to this song. I want to, do you know what I mean? And it gives them that drive, that little bit extra, because 100%. I've been to workshops and sometimes they're like, yeah, thank you for coming, good night, and that is it. There's nothing else after that. Do you know what I mean? There needs to be some sort of continuous kind of, something after that workshop, something after that showcase. What happens after that to kind of keep them going, like to encourage them to keep going? So
let's hope there's more from School Above, that we can see some people evolve after they go to that workshop, and then, like you say, more to come after. Let's talk about you now as an artist, because we got a performance coming from you in just a little bit. Now, you've done production, you've worked with many artists, also you've probably spoken to many artists on your radio show, but you yourself are an artist too.
Yes.
So tell us about Intalekt Music, the artist though, as opposed to the producer or the presenter.
Cool. So this is very, very, very new still to me. Trying to find my way through writing and just rapping, singing. And it's been a really cool process. I think for me, it all happened with Billy Dukes, which is a duo that I'm in. Okay. Shouts to G3, who's someone that's really inspired me. So that all started off in, I think, 2016. Okay. Where I heard one of his instrumentals, not a song that he was on, called Stones. And features Danny Sophia, produced by RK. And there's a line that he has, like, parents can't fathom that creation is a trade. Like, and I was just like, yo, that hit me. And like another one was like, the doctor says the stress level's too high, so I add some Little Dragon to the playlist. At that time I was listening to a lot of Little Dragon, so I was like, yo, is this brother speaking to me? I'm feeling quite triggered right now. Do you know what I mean? So, but getting to work with him, and then he just helped me, like, you know, just expand the artistry. We were in a session. I was making music for him originally. I was supposed to make a tape for him, like an instrumental tape, like just for him to rap over. And I'd finished an instrumental. He was just like, yo, what are you doing? I was like, bro, I've done my job. It's time for you to write. And he was like, hey, pick up the pen, start writing, bro. And I don't know what happened after that. I just started writing, and I haven't stopped since. And I've enjoyed it. I've just thoroughly enjoyed it. Being able to perform, play live, play keys, drums, bass, whatever I'm doing, and just be able to like sing my own songs and rap my own songs, which is really, really cool. Opening up for my homies like Sam Henshaw, which has been a really good one.
Yeah, it's nice.
And like working with people overseas, like a good friend of mine now, Il Camille, like I've been sending her stuff, who I met in South Africa again, because she came to London not too long ago, but I couldn't see her. But we met in South Africa, like which is crazy. The odds of that were insane, but universe is incredible. But yeah, so I mean, just artistry and just kind of penning, writing down. It's been very, very, very new to me, but I'm enjoying it thoroughly, and it's taking me some places as well. So it's really, really good.
Nice. Tell us about the track we're gonna do now. Peace.
All right, cool. So Peace is an instrumental originally from a project called The Adventures of Master Splinter. Okay. Which is yeah,
Master Splinter from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
I'm already ears wide open, man. Come on.
Cool. So the sounds are very much like Asian influence. So like a lot of Japanese artists I've sampled and stuff, and kind of just made a project from that. Just instrumentals you can kind of just, your mind can just travel to. So that's the whole adventure of that. So yeah, and I made that. It's called Peace. It literally just hit.
Sorry, what did you? Yeah, go on.
So the project, The Adventures of Mark Splinter, just reached over 1 million streams on Spotify, which is really cool. And now I get to spit over it, and I've never done this before, so this should be very interesting.
This is the first time exclusively you spitting over this live.
Oh yeah. So it should be fun.
Okay. I'm looking forward to this. Ladies and gentlemen, in the building with me is Intalekt, and he's about to perform first time live the track Peace. So you give me a thumbs up because it's your first time. So you need a breather. Man.
I'll be good.
You'll be good to go straight in. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Intalekt with Peace.
Yes. Shouts to mum and dad. I know they're locking in, they're listening. Super blessed. Shouts to Aurie Styla. Trying to reach the higher power. Hope I receive my blessings in that 25th hour. There's a rum I'm trying to tap into too. Mind sharp like a Ginsu. Lilies on waters, never to falter, but I'm sure I'll manage. Watching how I step, so I keep this new balance. Dodging flashes of cannons. Freeze frame like the game was broken, but I carry on, masking the pain. Yeah, I'm smoking. Breathe. Star trekking through the world, see the boy couldn't plan it. It's flames on deck when I spit, yeah, I'm Gambit. The grass is greener, we the best like DJ Khaled. Another one. Aurie, should I give them another one? I'll give them another one. Yo. It goes. I said peace, love, what the home was built on, but the roof's been leaking for a minute. It's been deep thoughts, that's what's keeping me up, and I just can't seem to forget them. It's Bombay and Tropicana for the confidence boost. It's ironic cause my vices help me get a little loose. Still confused on our status. I'm finding memories of us trying to change this. let me play this. Don't go changing to try and please me. But there's times I want you to. I'm stressing out, thinking about what to do. Making a racket over the same old, it's a menace. We can't be doing this at 40, love. This ain't tennis. We need to find the common ground, the love we found, the sweeter sound. The one that wanted me to put you in a gown and walk you down the aisle. You see, I pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the sound of the real, the sound that they try to conceal, the sound that doesn't appeal. Aurie, in due time, brother, it will. You see, cause this is love, joy, pain and rage. The cries of a young sage, an era filled with error. The sound of my people who endeavored for a vibe like this. You see, Drake ain't the only one to bring more life to this. The sound with no age, the sound of eternity. Still on its first page, they try to pirate the sound, but we stay on this treasure. My scene won't be turned into no guilty pleasure. London, never. Cause if you knew better, you'd do better. It's young into Dukes, mastering the beats, but the flow's more clever. Check the weather. It's sunny inside, the fire is internal, eternal. Lights out as I clock in, it's past your curfew. Swear down, you're better than us, well who's that word to? Trespassers coming, yeah, we hear your verbal. Milking from our scene, well I hope your curdles. Running this thing like Linford with the hurdles. Lying so close, continue to strive. Styla said the power's here, side by side, as I dream of South by, Southwest, yes, no stress, as I get by, it is what it is, live life right. Yes, I'm blessing these kids, how time flies. Back then, couldn't hear the words from the wise. Took time to realize that I needed real eyes to see the onus on us. To push the culture forward, there's an onus on me. To push the future forward, there's an onus on you. To push the culture forward, there's an onus. Have you ever sent up a prayer so heavy that you thought the sky would come down? Well, now, I've been praying for my brothers, my sisters, and I guess that the time has come now. Go now, I'm dousing holy water to drown all my sins. Thanking him for my losses and thanking him for my wins. I'm from the dust to the scene, steady grind with the team. Watch me G-O-D like the gods, best believe. Full steam ahead for the glory. There's a test before the testimony. Leg up over the enemy. He's been my crutch when I feel like I've been stalling. He's been my clutch, amazing grace, how sweet the sound. I was lost in the source till he pulled me out. This is my sermon on the mount to show you I can amount to. Styla said, sure, bro, I'm about to doubt who.
Wow, look at them behind you. Turn around. Yeah. Look at them behind you. love. Even Duncan Marks is listening. Yeah, that was fire.
Appreciate love.
First time performing live.
Yeah,
like doing that live on something.
Yeah, in this kind of fire. Space. This is crazy. I appreciate you.
That was fire. Well done, bro. Smooth. You got the voice for it, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man.
You flung my name in there 1-2 times as well. I respect that.
Come on.
Fully respect that, man. How could people follow you and see what you're up to next? Well, I mean, there's several things. Obviously, you got your show, you got your socials, your music. Tell us all of them. Go on.
Cool. So it's Intalekt Music, Intalekt Music. I know Intalekt, I say Intalekt, but ironically, he doesn't spell it correctly, but it is Intalekt Music on everything. Find it, just, I hate to be that guy, but Google it, innit? And everything. I tried not to, but you'll find everything there. And give me a shout. I chat, I follow, so don't feel like, you can't talk to me. I'm here.
Nice. What about your show, sir?
So it's the Repelect Show on Represent Radio, 107.3, and I'm on Sundays, 9 to 11 p.m. in the evenings, kind of get people ready for their Sundays. I play like flips, very chill music, so stuff like my instrumental piece, kind of along that vein where it's just very, very calm, soulful stuff, and something to reflect on. So.
Yeah, vibe. There's like I can't think where. There's a movie of some sort where you've got someone just chilling, listening to music. It's almost like Creed. I think when the I can't remember her name. In Creed, when Adonis Creed's girlfriend is kind of just like chilling, listening to music and stuff, that kind of vibe, where she's laid back and just trying to find what it is she wants to write in the groove. That's the music that I'm hearing when I heard Peace.
I love, man. I mean, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
That's all right. And last thing before you bounce as well, are you really someone who likes movie soundtracks?
I do.
That's my thing. Yeah. I train to that at the gym.
Seriously?
Yeah, man. I have to put a test on you and see if you're really certifiable with them something.
I'm not certified like that because I know you're going to be deep in this thing.
Bro, I got to play a playlist in a little bit.
Please.
Right? Of just movie soundtracks. Yeah. Me and shout out to my DJ, the CJ. Both of us are the same. We proper listen to movie. I like when we're on the road, innit? My brother, he went on the road. We'll listen to soundtracks and go, all right, what movie is this from? And she'll go, that one. And then we do it back and forth. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Now, that was a vibe. Thank you, Intalekt, for coming down. You're not going
Thank you
anywhere
so
right
much.
now. You can chill with us for a little bit.
I'm about.
No problem. We're going to play some tracks right now. Intalekt's going to join us back in just a bit. I've got another guest just waiting in the wings as well. It's going to be a great show, especially when you play songs like this one, Outcast Roses.